Welcome to your yoga practice. And we'll start this evening just where you are in Shavasana, corpse pose. Starting by taking some deep and relaxed breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feeling free here to kind of sigh out your day, just letting everything go. And again, feels so nice. As you close your eyes, and if they weren't already, and the beginning to feel the weight of the body pressing down. Noticing the points of contact on the mat, on the floor, and tuning into your surroundings. Noticing the sounds that you hear, feeling the weight of the body. These observations come from a place of genuine curiosity and not judgment. As you turn the attention now to the top of the head and scan down evenly from head to toe. Just getting a sense of how you feel today. And again, allowing this to be from a place of genuine curiosity. Reminding yourself of your intention, your motivation for being here today. As you settle the attention on the breath, the effortless rise and fall of the belly. As you breathe in and out through the nose. Even here practicing our Ujjayi breath or ocean breath, which is a slight constriction of the back of the throat as you breathe in and out through the nose. Drawing your awareness back into your surroundings as you gently brush the fingertips with your thumb. Wiggle the toes. And you may choose to gently rock the head side to side. Noticing your posture, inviting a gentle tuck of the chin, seeing if you can flatten the base part of your skull on the mat as you relax your shoulders back and down, away from the ears. On an exhale, you're going to draw the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. Hands can be placed anywhere behind the thighs, on the shins, on the knees. But be mindful that you're not restricting the breath. So you're not really drawing your knees in so close that you can't feel the full expansion of the belly. Maintaining the length in the spine, that gentle tuck of the chin, as you keep your tailbone glued on the ground. We're going to start today with some little circles with our knees. So if it is accessible, place your hands on the outside of your knees or your shins. And we're just going to gently begin to rotate through the hip, kind of in opposite directions with the knees. We're going out, then in, little circles. Just massaging into the hip socket. It can be as big or as small circles as you like, without losing the length in the spine. And we're going to reverse it. So now they're coming down and out. Just kind of the opposite direction circles. Very good. Bring the knees back to center. Make our way now into a spinal twist. First, arms out in line with the shoulders, T or cactus shape. Lengthen the spine, don't lose that. Take a nice deep breath in at center. And exhale allows the knees to fall over towards the right. The left shoulder blade glued on the ground, or at least drawing down towards the ground if it's not quite there. And your neck can be anywhere comfortable, maybe up towards the sky, maybe over the left shoulder. Close your eyes and breathe. Your next exhale, drawing the knees back into center, give yourself another hug. You may choose here to peel head, neck, shoulders off the mat, drawing the forehead towards the knees. Making our way onto our second side, so you can lower your head, neck, shoulders if they were lifted. Arms out into a T or a cactus shape. Nice deep breath in, that center. Exhale, knees towards the left. Drawing the right shoulder blade down towards the ground. And allowing your gaze to be anywhere comfortable. Close your eyes and breathe. Your next exhale draws the knees back into center. And we're going to make our way into a seated posture from here. So again, a couple ways you can get there. You can cross one ankle over the other, hands on the other side, underside of your thighs. Use your momentum to arrive, or you can roll over onto one side and push up through a fetal position. So getting comfortable in Sukhasana or easy seated posture. You may choose to use a block to elevate through the hips. If your hips are tight, so in Sukhasana, it's just kind of a simple cross-legged position. We're going to do some shoulder stretches here. So sitting up nice and tall here, feeling even weight through the sit bones and lifting through all four sides of your torso. Excuse me. Shoulders are relaxed back and down away from the ears as you lift the crown up towards the sky. As you inhale, we're going to sweep the arms out and up and overhead, noticing where your arms want to stop. Maybe they kind of stop wider than your shoulders or just above the shoulders, or maybe you interlace the hands, just noticing that the shoulders aren't up by the ears. They're relaxed back and down. As you exhale, you're going to interlace your hands and just place them at the base of your skull where your head meets your neck. So here we haven't lost that lift through the torso, and you're opening the elbows to either side while resisting your head into your hands and your hands into your head. You may choose to lift gently through the chest, but you want to make sure that your core is engaged here. Very good. Inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up once again. And exhale, bring the hands down, heart center. Very good. I'm going to switch to cross on your legs. Bring your back leg forward, forward leg back. And resetting again through the sit bones and the torso. So here, this next one, you may choose to use a strap here. You can just place the strap along, kind of draping over your right shoulder. It's just optional though, you don't need one. When you're ready, we're going to sweep the arms up. Exhale, you're going to allow your right hand to fall kind of between your shoulder blades. And your left hand has a few options. So you can place it on the top of your right elbow and you're just gently guiding kind of this upper arm behind you and then drawing the hand down the back. Don't be slouching forward. We're sitting up nice and tall still. Other options for your left hand, you can wrap it around your back and reach, either if you can use your strap here, or you can just grab onto like your t-shirt or whatever is accessible, maybe clasping the fingers. So wherever you are here, notice that your crown is still lifted and it's not draping forward. With your forearm behind you, you want to be resisting actively your forearm into your head and your head into your forearm. And breathing. Now, if you want to deepen this pose a bit to make it also a hip stretch, sitting up nice and tall, we can do a fold here, but very important that we're not rounding through the spine. So you're still maintaining a flat back. So it's inhale, lengthen through the crown, and exhale, gently begin to fold. Just as far as feels comfortable, doesn't have to be very deep at all. Very good. Inhale, lifting back up. If you're folded forward, we're going to release the hands and lift them both up overhead. Exhale, hands down, heart center. Second side, if you're using a strap, you can move it over to the left shoulder. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, left hand comes between the shoulder blades, and your right hand can either sit on top of your left elbow or reach around. Noticing the differences from each side and choosing where you want to be. Remember to sit up tall and foster resistance between your forearm and your head. Don't lose the lift and engagement through the core. Feeling free here if you want to fold, lengthen, inhale, and exhale, gently fold with a flat back. So you're leading with your sternum. Very good. Inhale, lifting up. If you are folded, you're going to sweep the arms up. And exhale, hands down, heart center. Rolling over the knees now, making your way into neutral tabletop. Stacking the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Spreading all the fingers, soft bend through the elbows. As the crown lengthens forward, shoulders are relaxed, belly drawn in, tailbone extends out behind you. Flowing through some cat and cow as you exhale, round and dome through the upper back, releasing the weight of the head, resisting into the hands. And inhale, belly drops, gaze comes forward, tailbone lifts. Flowing with your breath. Other movement in this pose is encouraged. Very good. Joining back in your neutral tabletop. And you're going to kickstand your right foot off to the side. I'll kind of turn around so you can see. So you're just kickstanding your right foot off to the side just a little bit. So you have a different, we're just setting up for our modified side plank. Then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, lift through the left leg and float the left arm up towards the ceiling. So here, noticing that you're not locking into your right elbow, you still have lots of control. You're lengthening through the left fingertips up towards the ceiling and flex through the left toes. Placing your left foot down on the ground, so you want all four corners on the ground and parallel to the short edge of your mat. As you inhale, you're going to give a little push and then up and over into gate pose. Floating the right arm up and overhead. Soft bend through this left knee still. And you're just feeling this open sensation through the right side. Don't allow the neck to collapse. Still lifted and lengthen through the fingertips. So you exhale, we're going to come back into our modified side plank. And exhale up into gate pose. Flowing with your breath. Inhale, side plank. And exhale, gate pose. Just once more. And then when you're ready, we'll make our way back into our neutral tabletop. And if you want, you can take a child's pose here. We're going to take 3 breaths Just sinking the seat down towards the heels. You can walk the arms out in front of you. Breathing into the lower belly. And when you're ready, inhale, we're going to rise back up into your neutral tabletop. Kickstand your left foot off to the side. Inhale, we're going to lift up. Modified side plank on the second side. Exhale, coming into gate pose. All four corners of your right foot on the mat. So inhale to side plank. Gaze anywhere comfortable. Exhale to gate pose. Flowing with your breath. And once more. Side plank. And gate pose. Making your way back into your neutral tabletop. You're going to step the right leg back, high on the ball of the right foot. We're stepping back into plank, lift through the left leg. Stacking the shoulders still over the wrists. Belly is engaged. Strong legs. Inhale, shift forward of the fingertips. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in towards the side body. Lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes, shoelace part of the foot down on the ground. Engage through the quadriceps so the knees are lifted. And root your frontal hip bones into the ground. As you inhale, we're going to lift up into our Sphinx pose. You're sliding your elbows underneath your shoulders and your forearms out in front of you. The action here. So just take a peek actually before we move on to the action. Elbow underneath shoulder. I often see people doing this. You can see my elbows way back behind my shoulders. Make sure you're up properly. So rooting your frontal hip bones into the ground, and the action here, while you're rooting your hips into the ground, drawing the chest forward between the upper arms as you relax through the shoulders. Gaze is soft or your eyes are closed. As you're breathing here, very good. From here, we're going to make our way into dolphin. So you're going to bring your hands in front of you and interlace them. You want to allow your pinky fingers to come out of the interlace, just as a bit of extra support. And here, you're rooting into your forearms. You're resisting them away from each other, and that will help keep you stable. Tucking the toes under, tapping to the knees if you need to, and then you're going to walk the feet in towards you while lifting the hips. So kind of like a down dog. Your ears, your gaze comes down, so your ears are in between your upper arm bones and your gaze is at your toes. Lifting your seat nice and high. As you have a soft bend through the knees, you gradually work your heels down towards the ground. The closer you walk your feet in, the more challenging. Have you lost that resistance through the forearms? Make sure they're really strong. Now we're going to come up into our three-legged dolphin. I don't actually know what this is called, but high on the ball of the left foot. Allow the motion to come from the hip, lift the right leg. Here, squaring the hips to the mat and flexing through the right toes. Don't allow the weight to shift through the shoulders. It's still even. Exhale, you can release the right leg down. We're going to shift back into our forearm plank for a moment, and then exhale, Sphinx pose. Back into your Sphinx pose. So that same motion, you remember the action in your Sphinx pose. Legs are strong, knees are not on the ground. Rooting your hips into the ground while drawing the chest forward. Very good. Interlace the hands again. We're coming up again into dolphin. Inhale, you can lift up and walk the feet in. Inhale, high on the ball of the right foot. Raise the left leg. Three-legged dolphin or something. Squaring the hips, flexing through the left toes. Weight even through the shoulders. Exhale, you can release. Left foot down. Inhale, forearm plank. And exhale, Sphinx pose. On your next exhale, we're going to lower all the way down. Slide your hands back by your upper ribs. Draw your elbows in towards each other and tuck the toes under. Inhale, we're going to lift up plank or modified plank. And exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Even weight in the hands and feet here in your down dog. Spreading all your fingers really wide, gripping the mat with the index and thumb as you have a soft bend through the elbows. Shoulders are relaxed. Gaze is at your toes. Seat lifted nice and high as you work the heels to the ground. Inhale, gaze between the palms. Exhale, you're going to walk to meet the hands. Forward fold. Feet are hip bone width distance, which is generally 2 fists between your feet and parallel to each other. A soft or a big bend through the knees as you release any effort in the neck, the head. Maybe you're grabbing onto opposite elbows in a ragdoll. Maybe not. Maybe you're not doing that. Very good. Without shifting the weight back into the heels as you inhale, we're going to lift up halfway, half flat back. Hands on your thighs, shins, or the floor. Crown lengthens forward, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, bend at the knees all the way up. Arms overhead, exhale, hands down. Heart center. Very good. I'm going to take some water. At the top of your mat, we'll do a sun salutation or two while we're here. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the palms, step it back, plank pose. Always the option to drop to the knees. So here in your plank pose, there's this kind of protraction through the spine, so you're not collapsing. You're pushing the floor away. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in towards the side body. You can lower all the way down or halfway if you want. Untuck the toes, shoelaces down. Engage through the quadriceps. Inhale, lift up. cobra, or up dog. So reminder, cobra, legs, hips not on the ground, standing on your hands, just the tops of your feet. As you exhale, you can lower all the way down to the belly. Tuck the toes under, tap to the knees, inhale. Plank or modified plank, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze between the palms. Exhale, you can walk, hop, or step to meet the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, bend at the knees all the way up. And exhale, hands down, heart center. I'm just going to turn on my fan. Getting a bit stuffy in here. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, plank pose. So yogi's choice here. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice cleansing breath. High on the ball of the left foot. Raise the right leg, three-legged dog. Square the hips. As you exhale, draw right knee in towards the nose, shift forward and plant right foot to meet the hands. You may need to shimmy it forward with your hands. That's totally fine. So first we're going to come up into a high crescent lunge. So stacking the right knee over the right ankle and squaring the hips. Right hip comes back, left hip comes forward. Really strong through your back leg and high on the ball of your left foot. Brace the core as you inhale, lift up. High crescent lunge. Your hands can be anywhere comfortable, maybe at your hips. Maybe they're at heart center, or maybe they're floating up. Don't lose the engagement through the core, so we're not sinking as I fall. And we're going to transition into our warrior one. So pivoting on the left heel, 45-degree angle in on your left foot. Your heels are in line with each other, and you're still actively squaring your hips. Although they will never be perfect in warrior one. Notice that your left foot isn't like you're not kind of doing something weird with it. It's all four corners on the ground, and your back leg is still really strong. Very good. Now we're going to come into a triangle pose or Trikonasana. So you're going to firm your right leg to straight, open the chest towards the left side, bring your arms out into a T. You may want to use a block here if you have it accessible, but you don't need to. Draw the left hip behind you. Inhale, reach through the right fingertips, and exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Right arm connects with the right leg, or grabbing your block and placing it on the inside edge of your right foot. So here we want to prevent this kind of like crunching or squishing of the lower belly and the lower back and the hips. So that's why we're reaching forward first, creating space, and then lowering down. Just going down as far as feels comfortable. Don't allow your neck to collapse. Left arm can extend up towards the ceiling or reach behind you for a bind, reaching the left fingertips towards the right inner thigh. And your gaze can be anywhere comfortable. Oh, if you're using a block as well, you're not gripping the block like this, you're palming the block. Because what does the block do? Brings the floor up to you. Very good. Gazing down at your right toes. You can remove the block off to the side if you're using it. Inhale, lifting back up. Then we're going to transition into our high crescent lunge, deep bend through the right knee. And exhale, plant the palm, step it back, plank pose. You can skip this part if you want and just go right back into down dog. Or if you want, we can flow. Inhale, shift forward, exhale, lower down. Yogi's choice, halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Second side, when you're ready, high on the ball of the right foot, raise the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee into the nose, round through the spine, shift forward.
Planting the left foot to meet the hands, stacking the left knee over the left ankle. Square the hips, right hip comes forward, left hip comes back. High on the ball of the back foot, and really strong through the back leg.
If you're like this, that's not where we want to be. Really strong through this leg. Inhale, brace the core, lifting up. High crescent lunge. Knit the ribs together, shoulders relaxed. Strong legs. Gaze is soft. Challenge your balance. You can close your eyes. Transitioning into our warrior one. Again, you can bring your hands to your hips if you need to do that for this adjustment, or at heart center, wherever's comfortable. And then when you're ready, transitioning. So now, it's a bit of a shorter stance typically. Heels in line with each other. 45 degrees in on your back foot. Really strong through your right leg still as you continue to square the hips, stacking the left knee over the left ankle. Warrior one. Yeah. Still knitting the ribs together. Sure we're not loose through the back. Protecting our spine. Strengthening our core. When you're ready, transitioning into Trikonasana. So firm the left leg to straight. Your feet are in the exact same place. Grabbing your block, if you have it, placing it on the inside edge of your left foot. Opening the chest towards the right side, arms out in line with the shoulders. T shape. Draw the right hip back. Inhale, lengthen through the left fingertips, reach, creating space. Exhale, allow the left hand to come down to your block or resisting into your left leg. Don't let the neck collapse. Shoulders relaxed. Lengthen through the right fingertips, or maybe coming into a bind, wrapping your right hand around your lower back, reaching for your left inner thigh. So here you're really working on drawing the shoulder up toward the right shoulder up towards the ceiling and opening the chest towards the right side. Gazing down at your left toes. Inhale, we're going to lift up. You move your block off to the side, lift up, inhale. And then transitioning back into our high crescent lunge. Deep bend through the left knee. High on the ball of the right foot. Exhale, plant the palm, step back. Pose. Again, you can skip this part. Lift back into down dog, or we can flow vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. You can take a child's pose here, or just holding in down dog. Grab some water. We're taking 5 deep breaths here. Into the lower belly. Reconnecting with the breath. Notice if it's gotten away from you. Joining back in down dog if you weren't there already. Inhale, gaze forward between the hands. Exhale, hop, walk, or step to meet the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Half flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bend at the knees. And exhale. Hands down, heart center. We're going to come into Vrikshasana, tree pose. You guys know all the Sanskrit yet? No? Okay, so at the top of your mat, feet are hip bone width distance. So that's going to help you in your balancing, right? Having everything stacked on top of one another and engage through the quadriceps. So you're feeling this really strong, really strong base. When you're ready, you can shift the weight onto the left side, hover the right foot. Find your drishti. What's a drishti? It's a focal point, a spot that isn't moving on the wall or the floor. You allow your vision to blur over it, and you absorb its steadiness. That's how it's supposed to work anyway. So you can bring your hands to your hips here. We'll start out with our standing knee. As you exhale, draw right knee in line with the right hip, and then drop consciously that right hip down to meet the left. Flex through the right toes. Noticing your balance on this side. How does it feel today? Is it wobbly? Do you need a wall? That's okay. Transitioning into our tree pose now. Lots of different options. If balance isn't your friend today, you can do a little kickstand. Just opening through the right hip so the right knee is going towards the right side. You can use kind of the ball of the foot to hold yourself steady. And you can bring your hands anywhere comfortable. If balance is okay on this side and you want to come into a different variation, drawing your right foot anywhere comfortable along the length of your left leg, avoiding your knee. So we don't want any tension on the knee joint. Very good. Again, hands can be anywhere comfortable. Actively drawing the right knee towards the right side. Tree pose. Very good. We're going to slowly and consciously get out of this pose. So you can bring your hands first on your hips. Draw the right knee in line with the right hip, standing knee. And then exhale, release it down. Shake out the left leg. Thank you, left leg. Holding knee upright. When you're ready, shifting the weight onto the right side, hover the left foot. Right legs turn to hold you up, finding your drishti, your focal point. You can bring your hands to your hips. Exhale, left knee in line with the left hip. I fell. Very good. Standing knee. Finding your balance here, noticing if it's different than the other side. If you do feel like you're falling a lot, feeling free to come into the kickstand. This is still tree pose. You're still doing tree pose if your left foot is on the ground. Don't let your ego guide your practice. Let your body guide your practice. Left knee towards the left side, left foot. Alternatively, anywhere comfortable along the length of your right leg, avoiding your knee. No tension on the knee. So we're sitting up tall, belly engaged, strong right leg. Hands can be anywhere they want. You can do like big circles if you want. It's hard to do that when you have a drishti though, if you're trying to fight from falling. So another trick here in your tree pose is that you're resisting your bent leg foot into your standing leg and vice versa. So that you're like creating tension between the two which also will help you stay upright. Now, when you're ready, reversing the pose mindfully. Bring your hands to your hips, left knee in line with the left hip, standing knee. Exhale, release it down. Okay. Make your way into Malasana or Yogi Squat. Feet wider than your hips here. Feet kind of pointing out like a duck. As you exhale, you're going to sink the seat down gracefully, as gracefully as you can. And it's okay if you're up high on your tippy toes. Totally cool. This means your ankles are a bit tight. Bring your hands to heart center and firm your upper arm bones into your thighs. Sitting upright, shoulders relaxed. Crown is lifted. Very good. Now, super gracefully, you're going to come back onto your seat. And we're going to come into a wide-legged fold. So bringing your legs kind of in this triangle shape, flex through both of the feet. And we're doing that to maintain the integrity of our legs through the hips. Typically, if you just let it go, legs will go in or out, or whatever your normal stance is. So we're sitting up nice and tall, lifting through all four sides of the torso again, shoulders relaxed. You may choose here to use like a bolster, because we're just going to fold in the middle. So having a bolster like piled on some blocks is really nice if you have that accessible. So as you inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up, lengthen, and exhale, fold forward. So you're just allowing the hands to fall wherever they want to. You don't have any expectations for where your hands should be. You're just gently allowing your body to fold to the middle. And as you continue to breathe with your exhale, you may notice an opportunity to be sinking just a little bit deeper into the pose. Don't lose the flex through the feet. Okay, we're going to lift up halfway. So you're lifting your head, neck, and shoulders. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, rolling back up to center. And gently draw the knees together. We're going to make our way down onto our backs now. Feet on the floor, knees to the sky. Never flopping, drawing the belly in. You can use your hands if you like. Just rolling down to the ground. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug. We're going to come into a happy baby. Bringing the arms on the inside of the knees, grabbing a hold of any part of the leg that's accessible. Maybe wrapping the peace fingers around the big toes or grabbing to the outside edges of the feet. Noticing here the length in the spine, gentle tuck of the chin, shoulders relaxed, tailbone is still on the ground. Breathing into the lower belly.
You may choose here to rock from side to side as you continue to breathe deeply into the lowest part of the belly.
Very good. And one more pose before we come into Shavasana. We're going to come into reclined bound angle, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, and the feet on the floor. Such a nice transition from your happy baby. Your feet can be as close or as far away from the body. This feels comfortable. You can bring your hands on your belly, maybe along the side body. Whatever feels comfortable. You may choose as well to place the blocks underneath the thighs. So staying here if you like for your final pose. If you'd like to come into any other shape, maybe just a traditional Shavasana, extending the legs out along the mat, allowing the feet to drape out to the side, or any other shape that serves you today. I will encourage you, whatever shape you've found, to place your hands on your belly. We feel the connection of the breath, the anchor into our present moment. And once you arrive in your final pose, taking some deep and relaxed breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Closing your eyes as you feel the weight of the body pressing down. Noticing any sounds that you hear. As you turn the attention again to the top of the head and scan down towards the toes. Again, getting a sense of how you feel after your practice today. And reminding yourself of your intention for being here today, your motivation for joining practice this evening. Drawing your awareness back into your surroundings as you feel the weight of the body pressing down. And notice the points of contact on the mat, on the floor. Notice the temperature of the skin, sounds, smells. As you begin to wiggle the toes and fingers, maybe doing a full body stretch, sweeping the arms up, arching the back, pointing the toes, and making your way onto one side in a fetal position for a breath or two. As you transition from your practice to the rest of your day. You feel ready, pushing up into Sukhasana, easy seated posture. And just keep your eyes closed and bring your hands at heart center as we seal our practice here today. I thank you for allowing me to guide your practice. I hope it brought you some peace. The light in me honors and respects the light in you. Namaste.